Hello and welcome to Steve's Vintage Model Builds, where today we have a fabulous February Kit-straveganza on the way. Kit-straveganza. There we go. A Kit-straveganza. Yeah. So, today's Saturday the 15th of February. Yesterday I received a package from an anonymous benefactor, we'll say, and it was very good of the person to do this, and I thanked the person, obviously. Anyways, so it was I'm not going to go on about it. Anyways, so it was very nice of the person to send the stuff to me, and so I'm going to do a show on what the person sent me. Okay, and we're going to start off with this. This is the, I'm not going to review all of these. I'm just going to, briefly kind of go through them. The Tamiya Military Miniatures, 135 scale German infantry, mid-World War II. And that is their catalog number 35371. And this was a 2020 tooling, so it's fairly new. And of course, Tamiya's, they're top notch as far as figures go. I suppose when you get up into really higher price points, where they have some of those too, but just for your average, ordinary, everyday figures, they're top notch. So anyways, just looking inside here, looks like very nice detail. I'm not seeing any flash. And they give you decals for the uniform, what do you call that stuff? How could you forget that, Steve? Anyways, insignia, all the different insignia, yeah. So, and also included was a nice little set of 3 model aircraft stands for 3 or more different scales. So that was really cool, because I've got some more aircraft, and part of what we're going to look at today is some very interesting aircraft. But up next is this. This is the ICM Leopard 2A6, Armed Forces of the Ukraine version. 172 kit, ICM catalog number 72820. And boy, this kit. There's a lot to this kit. You've got a fair bit of photo etch. It looks like actually it'll be useful photo etch. Nice glossy instruction booklet. It's one sprue bag with, looks like 1, 2, 3 racks, plus this one here. And so yeah, that'll look nice with my 172 tank collection. And then still on the ICM, we've got the 2 centimeter Flak 38 with crew, and that's ICM catalog number 35718. Peter Oxley reviewed this not too long ago, and it's a nice little kit too. The ICM figures are fabulous. They really are. I mean, it's especially the newer ones. But I found them to always be pretty good quality. I had their combo kit with the crew for ME109. You got the ME109. It was an older tooling and not that great. But the figures that were included with it, they were top notch. So, you know, like I said earlier, half. I always lean to Mia, but these guys are great. So, and not that there aren't other great ones out there, but yeah. So, anyways, looks like we've got one little piece fell off, a helmet or something. Yeah, it looks like a helmet come off. And that doesn't look to be much of a complicated build, but that would be fun. Stuff doesn't always have to be complicated. That's often why I have 3 or 4 kits on the go at the same time. Because I don't feel like doing something complicated, but I want to do something. So that's what I do. Okay, now for the final 2 here, we've got 2 very interesting and maybe not so well known kits. And the first one is from Brengun, who I'd never heard of, although that's not saying much. They're probably quite well known in Europe, but it looks they're a Czech company, they're a Czech company, and so, anyways, yeah, and so it's a 1/72 scale Bachem BA349A Natter. There it is, the Natter. And as you can see, this is a rocket-powered jet plane. And it was meant to be an interceptor, where it would take off from the ground, fire whatever armaments it had at the incoming aircraft, and then the pilot would eject, come down by parachute, and the engine section would separate and come down by parachute, and then they could use it again, supposedly. It only flew once and crashed and killed the pilot. Yeah, so it never it never really got there as far as anything like that goes. So but yeah, less known than the Horton, and a little different animal. But yeah, so let's take a look inside here. And this isn't a big kit either. This is just a small one, so I'll just take it out and we can see it. There we go. And got some decals. Canopy, and a little bit of photo etch, looks like seat belts, harness, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then of course the teeny tiny little decals, and it's a single sprue rack, so the way so you can see better. And it's going to be very straightforward build. Nice panel lines and rivet marks and stuff. There's nice detail for the engine, exhaust, and yeah, nothing complicated. Oh, these look like little cannons. I guess it had cannons. That's what it was. That was the armament. And yeah, so, okay, here we go. We get the sprue map. We get a photo, same as on the box. The box art's very nice. It was signed. Letta, and the year 12, so I guess it's 2012. And it was a 2012 tooling. Okay, and yeah, very simple, very straightforward instructions. There's not a lot to the kit. Just, you know, it's an interesting subject. And it also comes with a stand, or rack, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that'll make it for a nice shelf sitter. Something a little different. There we go. And then they've got on the back here, they've got the paint schemes and stuff. What have they got? Mustor Machine M52, April 1945. And then there's another one, an M58. Just different decaling. So, yeah. So, you know, that'd be fun for a rainy afternoon. You know, it's getting to be late February here now, so pretty soon our rain's going to start, I hope. Okay, now here, leave the best to last. This is the Litaki J22. I'm going to say Orao. Don't get upset with me, guys. I'm sorry. I just have no idea how to pronounce that. I don't know if it's Orao, Orao, or Apao. I don't know. So I'm going to go with Orao. All right? Just sound it out. You know, just like in school. You know, if you don't get it, sound it out. Figure it out. Okay, and this is a company called Litaki, which I might have heard about, but not really. You know, over here in the colonies, we don't have, especially on the western edge of Canadian civilization, such as it is, we don't have access to a lot of the European stuff. So I suppose, you know, there might be places in Toronto or whatever you can order it from, but anyways, so yeah, just not that familiar with the European manufacturers. So, and these guys are Ukrainian as well, and this is a 172 kit, and it's their catalog number 72001. And yeah, this is very interesting. It is a Cold War jet aircraft. It was mostly for close air support, ground support, tactical reconnaissance, that kind of stuff. It could barely make supersonic in a shallow dive, but you know, you don't necessarily want that. It was developed in a partnership between Yugoslavia and Romania back in the 1970s, and it actually it was a pretty good aircraft for the role that it was gonna fill. And it's kind of interesting that both Yugoslavia and Romania, to get into a bit of Cold War history, although they were both brutal communist dictatorships, they worked very hard to keep their distance from the Soviets, as far as their foreign policy was concerned, and they were quite a bit more open to the West in particular, and whatever they were allowed to deal with, they dealt with there. And you know, and you know, up until then, I mean, the J-22 was designed to replace the Republic F-84 Thunderjet, which I guess they inherited post World War II, or however that worked. I don't know. So it turned out to be a good aircraft, and it didn't see much action in the Balkan Wars of the '90s. It did see some action, and particularly in Kosovo against the KLA. And it was originally designed just to be a 24-year service life. But when they got to towards the end of the 24 years, and they inspected the airframes, they found that they were perfect, and they could probably go on for another 24 years. So, you know, they gave a bunch of them overhauls, and I'm not sure about now, but until quite recently, the Serbian Air Force, actually I think the Serbian Air Force still does have them and uses them. And, you know, they would be perfect for, you know, mountainous, varying terrain and so on and so forth, when, you know, you don't necessarily need supersonic speed. So, yeah, an interesting aircraft. And there were two versions. There was a single seat and a two-seater. The two-seater was for strategic intelligence gathering, as well as training. So, anyways, so again, this is a 172 kit, and on the side here we see the different decaling options and paint options for the various different iterations. And on the side, ready to assemble scale model kit, contains parts for one model, suitable for ages 14 to adult, paint and glue are not included, contains small and sharp parts. Length of 21 centimeters, wingspan of 13 centimeters, 207 parts, 59 photo etch parts, and 6 decal options. Wow. Okay, well, let's see what we get. Beautiful box art too, don't you think? Signed Carlos Alonso and dated 2023. Which was when it was newly tooled. Well, I'm not sure if I mentioned for the Leopard. It's kind of weird. It was like in 2022, new parts by ICM, but everything before that was Revell, going back to 2011. So I don't know what they did there. So, but anyways, it sure looks like an ICM kit to me. But I've never done a Revell tank, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a look here and see what we get. And oh, look at the decal set. Oh, look at those tail decals. Rawr. Yeah. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Ooh, and there are all sorts of teeny tiny little thingies. Yeah. And lots of photo etch, and it looks like the clear parts, they've enclosed them in foam, which is very nice. Wow, look at this. Okay, here you go. The different paint schemes. So it goes like that. Fly upside down. There you go. And then there. And then there's this. This is really nice. This is a super nice touch. Look at that, a print of the box art. And that certainly is suitable for framing. You know, you can pick up a dollar store frame and hang that on your wall behind whatever. That's lovely. Yeah. Dang. Nice touch, guys. Okay. Just going to unroll this so you can see a little better. There's 3 sprue trees in here. This looks like accoutrements, ancillary things, fuel tanks, armaments. And here we have another 3 here. And we've got the fuselage. Tail, big tail, eh? Look at that. There we go. Okay, and there you go. This is what I like about the Ukrainian manufacturers in particular. They talk to you like a person, like you're a person. Yeah, there was one company I got a couple of kits from, and they sent a little comic book about the journey the kid had to take through Russian lines to get from Ukraine to Canada, so I could build my kit. The story of Paxi. Yeah, oh, he endured such dangers to get my kit to me. Anyways, it was really cute and sweet, and they include a little note, and some of them even put a few candies in, you know, hard candies. Yeah. So, anyway, so this one says, "Dear Modeler, Lataki is a new company specializing in production of short-run plastic kits. We are happy to offer you our first 1/72 scale kit, Yugoslav Soko J-22 Orao ground attack aircraft. This is the first time when this interesting aircraft is reproduced in plastic." Well, oh, that's really cool to have this then. We hope you enjoy building this kit, and it will take its place in your collection. And let's take a look and see. Now, I haven't had much experience with short run or limited edition kits. One experience I had was the thing was practically unbuildable. There was, anyways, I don't want to get into all that. So, anyways, yeah. So, I guess we'll just have to see. And I know the person who sent this to me would not send me a bad kit. So, just as I wouldn't send that person a bad kit. There we go. So, yeah, okay, it tells you the super glue and, you know, the photo etch for the harnesses. And yes, as you would expect, lots of teeny tiny little decals and parts. They have decals for the control panels, both the armrest controls as well as the front facing. Assembly of the engines, and fuselage. Yeah, size, so you put a weight in the nose here. And so, yeah, so there we go. Fuselage, blah, blah, blah. Wheels. I think this will go on, I think this will be wheels up if I can do it that way, if they'll let me. And use one of the nice stands the person sent me. And, but yeah, if you do want to do it, there you go. It looks like a nice gear assembly. Indeed, it does look nice. Okay. Oh yeah, here you go. Open or closed. Open with the wheels down, or open or closed with the wheels down. Oh, I see. Maybe it actually. Do they actually retract? Looks like it might. Anyways, we'll have to see. That would be nice if they did retract. Okay, and here more open, closed. Da 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 da. Fuel tanks, armaments. This is the single seat version. And then on the final page, you get the weapons options, and then it gives you the different colors to be used. Mr. Color, Meg, AK, Tamiya, as well as just the generic color name. So, and then here on the back, looks like they've got an NJ22, which is a variation of that, this same thing. Yeah, there's a nice write-up on the back here, and as I noted in the preface remarks, these were powered by British Rolls-Royce Viper engines. Under license, and so the ejection seats were also British, and the cannons were Soviet. So that makes it quite a little hybrid. Is to show you that in some ways the Cold War wasn't that cold. Everybody got to get along. So, but that's odd that a communist country back in the 70s would use Rolls-Royce engines, but I guess, okay. The, what do you call them? No, I won't say that. I'll just say the arms industry profiteers, we'll put it that way. Yes. And they're all over the place, it doesn't matter what country. There you go. So, yeah, so first flight, October 74. It was a J-22 in Yugoslavia and IAR-93 in Romania. The total of 165 were built. And it says here, yeah, of course, they participated in almost all conflicts that unfolded in the former Yugoslavia. It was a terrible time there after the collapse of the Soviet Union and all that stuff. It's where we get the term Balkanized from. The Balkans has been a problem for a long time. A lot of different cultures and religions and ethnic groups come together in various different spaces, which usually results in conflict, unfortunately. So, Said here they did claim the destruction of a cruise missile. That was probably possible back then. And they did have a limited anti-aircraft capability. And as I had mentioned, yeah, it's still in service with the Serbian Air Force, and they continue to modernize it. There you go. Well, I'm going to keep my eye out for Lataki and hope that the bad things I've heard about short run and limited edition kits don't apply to this particular company. But everything that I see here looks absolutely top notch. I mean, I didn't do a full review, but that's a 10 out of 10. I can't give anything for value because it didn't cost me anything. But I'd probably give it a half a point anyways with all the stuff you get. And bonus points for all the literature and just that print, everything. It's amazing. No wonder the Russians hate them. The Ukrainians are smart. They know what's what, and they're very nice people. Anyways, I'm not going to delve into that any further. So that's it for today, and up to 567 subscribers now, which is really nice. I appreciate everyone's subscribing and following along with the channel. And I think there'll probably be a couple cooking videos coming up in the next couple weeks. And of course, I'm busy on the bench as well. I'm nearly finished the walker. I pretty much just have to do the final assembly and decaling. So that's pretty much done. I got to paint the lower part of the hull on the Yorktown, and then that's pretty much done. And then I got to get to the transport trailer, the auto transport trailer from Revell. The frame's done on that, and all the metal plating's painted up and everything. So we're in good shape there. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. And and I do have one one interesting kit coming next Thursday. Today's Saturday. So next weekend I expect there'll be a video on that. And so anyways, well, thanks again for taking the time to stop in, and thanks so much to my friend. You know who you are. And I just can't thank you enough. It just came out of nowhere and really did a lot to cure the February blahs. I don't know if I mentioned, but I had some trouble health trouble a little bit when we got back after we got back from Asia, and so I was a little down in the dumps, and so it was a big pick-me-up. Okay, so that's it, and so we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.